do this only, he poor fellow, he died. Go and tell Hanumanji. In Nipgarodi, Ma was sleeping on the ground floor like this. I told her. He said, go and tell Hanumanji. So I just told Hanumanji, please take care, blah, 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 blah. Ma said, no, shout and show it to him. Growl him. Tell him that he should do it. How can you tell in front of so many people in the temple that Maharaji, Hanumanji, give job? So next day mother was going. So, there's a lot of crowds, bells and Jai, and all this Jai car. Then I shouted, Hanumanji, please see this Swastogi does this and everything. As mother was climbing a car to go back to Vrindavan, a sadhu came in front of the car and mother gave me a little, give him some money. I turned my back, pulled out a 50 rupee note and gave it to the sadhu. Mother left, sadhu left, went to Hanumanji, picked up a flower, put that, this tika, cut it up and gave it to that man in Meerut. He said, Joe, you will be saved. He was saved. His bankruptcy bank never claimed. He wrote off his balances. He got a big agency. This is very small. Again, this is very small. When you have control over the nature, like Maharaj had, like he gave it to mother later on when he lived. But then, I have seen it, so I believe it. You have not seen it, so if you don't believe it, I won't blame you. I have been with Maharaji, I have seen so many things happening, it happens. So Maharaji and as far as I am concerned, when I picked up the title of that book, I and my father are one, it is said by Jesus. When he realized the non-duality, then he wanted to shout, I and my father are one, but he said that he is Son of God. There you flipped, the Christianity flipped. Jesus had become God. He had realized he had become one with the Lord. When Shankaracharya says, Aham Brahmasmi, he had realized that oneness of this thing. The moment you separate the soul, the moment you separate yourself from the divine, yes, you are two. But the moment you merge with the divine, you are always one. So when I wrote the title, I and my father are one, was for Maharaj and Ma. See this book, I will translate it very shortly. Maybe this year I will print it. So this is a 24-page book. This shows about the relationship of Shakti and Purush, Maharaj and Ma. Uncle had realized that oneness is zero. But Ma never said once, even when I tried to tell her, this temple, Rishikesh temple, is mother's. Maharaji had taken that particular land, given money to the doctor, and he left his body. Mother made us find out that land, pushed her into making this. So one day the doctor was, when he lost that land, he was very angry and very aggressive. He started threatening us. I was a trustee there, I found a trustee. So he threatened us that he will kill us and he will destroy us and he will At the end of the day, one day when I was wondering how can all this happen, mother is wanting a temple here, how can a temple happen? So mother was sleeping at 10 o'clock in the night on a takat. I was sitting at the floor. She got up, Rabbo, this temple is mine. I have never seen saying mother anything that this is mine. Never. Rabbo, this temple is mine. Make it look so good that people will be in awe of this. You see that? So, whenever there is a creation, it is out of resolution. First of all, you want to make this building, you resolve that you will make a building. You bring engineers, you do structural, you do civil, you do this and that. You put masons that create. So there is a resolution, then there is a culmination of your resolution. Similarly, in our scripts, Vishnu, wind, Lord Vishnu, our God Vishnu, that Ja Hoja, Eko Ham Bhushyami. I am one, let me be many. Sankalp is resolution. Eko Ham, I am only one, let me be many. Eko ham bhaushyam, let me be many. What did God say? Resolution, thy will be done. This is what he said, thy will be done. In Muslim, it says, ja ho ja. Ja ho ja, go and happen. Go and materialize. So everything has to be a sankalp. You are that sankalp. Once you want to merge, nothing can stop you. And secondly, you are already merged. You know, we are sitting for 1 hour. Have you ever thought that what are you going to do tomorrow or this thing? This is merging. We are totally, sunk into the thought of Maharaji. Nobody has thought anything else. This is what is concentration, this is what is meditation. You don't have to close your eyes and meditate. You can talk also and meditate. This is what I think, my feeling. So if there is any question as far as Mother and Maharaji is concerned, I have seen it myself for not even 1 but 65 years. From 1958 to till the time she left her body. I have seen that oneness without even her telling once that I am him. So this is what is humility and this is what is Hanuman's job. He never says, he says that it is not me who has done it, it is the Lord who has done it. You know, there is a difference between Western thinking and Indian thinking. In Western thoughts, you need something tangible to hold. I have to have something tangible to hold, then only I will believe. But here you are living with the thought. You are living in the abstract. There are many people who, our oldies, they are dead, my uncle or my other uncle. For them the death was for their own children. They just took it like this. By Purandas, one son, one daughter, another son died in front of him. But I just saw him merged in his pujas and all. He was not an escapist again. So because in India the philosophy is, you bury a person in Muslim Islam philosophy or you bury a person in this thing and hoping that the day of the judgment the dead will rise from the grave. In our concept there is no dead. There is no dead, you never die. You just transmigrate into another birth. Now you are slowly, science is also now recognizing it, slowly. Basically science has to, the day science accepts, the whole revolution will be taking place. But science has this resistance. Let us see, they merged somewhere. Initially, Galileo and Michelangelo, Copernicus, everyone was a scientist and they were the spiritualists also. But when the church became very assertive, they parted. The science parted. In that book, I have raised this question that it is, the parted. But there could be a beautiful. I have been a material man till 1900. Till 2018 I was working, 2019 I was CEO of a company. I worked both, I worked and I played also both. And it was a material work, I was like getting things done. And when I was a businessman, I was a total businessman. When I was a spiritualist, I never cared. I just left everything and went back to wherever I went. Even today, when I leave my house, I don't carry my house. If I leave an ashram, I don't carry the ashram. I go back. I am here, that is where I am here. Wherever I live there. I live for the present, I live for the present. If I go there, you are just like my brothers or whatever relationship you want to maintain. But the moment I live with you, I don't carry you with me. I'll carry your love and everything will be there. But I will not carry, I will not miss you. When I leave my house in the morning, I don't I don't have to tell my wife, darling, I love you, love you, love you. When I go there, I love her. I have been always like that. Mother used to say, Maharaj used to say, when I would go to Maharaj, I said, when have you come? I said, I came this time. When are you going? After 5 days. But after 5 days, I'll pack up my luggage and go and do my program. If he stops me, I'll tear my ticket. If he doesn't stop me, I'll leave. This is what happened with mother also. I always did that. Attachment is something I have not kept from her. But I love it. I'm looking for the real brain-tickling questions. Come on now.
Prabhupada, I have a question.
Please shoot.
I sent you a question a few days ago. I would want you to answer that again. I'll just read. It's a very short one. Dear Abhuda, I just started reading your book. Midway through the book, a sincere portrayal of the trials and turbulences and joys of a devotee. Lots of lessons for the seekers on the path. Yet one wonders, without the pat on the head that you just spoke about, without the good fortune of the personal touch, glance and association, will we be noticed? Do we stand a chance for grace, for faith to strengthen and blossom, for the courage to go on despite the continuous challenges?
You know, I got my prasad through a pat.
Yes.
You could get your prasad through your own Shakti path. You could get your prasad through a prayer, even singing Hanuman Chalisa, you could get your prasad. Your Shakti path. By even reading a prayer, you'll be turned on.
About the faith and surrender, I try and then it's a spiral actually.
The problem is that don't surrender. Try to resist as much as you like, but if he has to make you surrender, you can't get away. It's better to fight to pin you down and...
When will that happen?
Depends on how prepared you are.
What kind of preparation on the way? What kind of preparation should one...
I'll tell you about my auntie. She was my aunt. Rama, Mukundar Bhai. She would tell Maharajji that, look, I am a married woman. Why are you making my mind move around you? Why do I have to love you? You are not doing me justice. Why do I have to fall in love with you? I have a husband to fall in love with. Believe me, she used to do that. Maharajji would say that I'll give you, तुझे रोटी पकाते पकाते दे जाऊंगा. Means wife, you are cooking, I'll give you. You do your house chores, and he would simply ignore her. So after many years of tussle, mental tussle with my aunt, once Maharajji was in Vrindavan. He told my aunt that go to Bihariji and do his darshan. So my aunt Rama went to Bihariji, did her darshan, bought a mala, a garland, a flower garland, and came to ashram. That's in Vrindavan ashram. So Vrindavan's room, Maharaji's room, he was, kind of relaxing like this, and his feet were towards the door, entry door. So my aunt put the garland in his feet, at his feet. Then got up again, picked it up, gave it in his hand. And then again picked it from his hand and garlanded it. Maharaj, that was the surrender. I have wedded you. Maharaj gave a very impish smile. He said, look, I have made you garland into this. And Chachi said, Rabbu, all the doubts were vanished. I wanted to, kind of embrace him and give him all the love I have in my heart. That is what is surrender. And he makes you do it, don't worry. You will have your time. When the time comes, you will get that punch. You can't get away. If you love him, you are going to get it. He's a very dangerous person. So, you do your practice as long as you are loving doing it. So, for us, whenever there was a Hanuman Chalisa, the first moment my time over, I ran down to him. Then he again asked me, go and do Hanuman Chalisa. Then ultimately he found that I was a good for nothing guy. He found out another way of patting me. Done. He gives you in his own way. There's a waiting period, there's a simmering period, there's a suffering period. I have suffered. When you read that book, I and my father, Can you believe that I did not get my real income till I started my career in 1961? And 1995 I knew what a sustenance money is. For 40 years I struggled. For one point to another point to another point. But then every that struggle, one day he told me, give 500 rupees to Brahmachari. Brahmachari was a sadhu in Bhumiadhar. He was looking after Bhumiadhar. So I sent a check to my friend. 500 rupees those days was a good amount of money in 1968. I sent a check to my friend and told him that make a check in the name of Brahmachari Baba, a draft in Brahmachari Baba name, and send it to him. And Kerala Bhumiadhar address. This fellow, he made the check. He made the draft of 500 rupees from my check and sent it to Bhumiadhar, but committed a mistake of saying R.K. Joshi, Kerala Brahmachari Baba. So R.K. Joshi was not there, so he did not get it. The postmen, those postmen are, supposing it goes to the wrong hand, they'll be punished. So he didn't give it, so money came back. I was on a tour for almost about 20 days. After 20 days when I left, when I reached Dehradun, I asked him, have you sent the money? He says, yeah, but the money has come back. And it was Deepavali, Deepavali is a festival where people gamble. So I gambled those 500 bucks and lost it. So it was in the month of November. So December I was transferred to Kanpur. And after Kanpur transfer, when I went to Kanpur, I went to Allahabad. Maharaj ji had come to Sidhu Mukherjee's place. The first question he asked me, it was in the year 1970, February month. Have you sent the money to Brahmachari? I hung my head down because I had sent the money technically. Probably you would have, तुम्हारा पैसे का तकलीफ, you would suffer for money. You would have suffered money. And that 1970 to 1990, 20 years were the thing where from I would not know where from my next meal would come. And I got married, had a wife, had a child. But yes, he would not let his devotees perish. That he would not do. And he made me come up every time, get up every time. When I got my first job in the year 1961, so I was, kind of getting salary plus commission. Salary plus commission was 500 rupees. Those days was pretty good amount to live a decent life. So Maharaji said, you should send 25 rupees per month to Hanumangarh. Hanumangarh in Haridwar. I was in Allahabad, I was in Jamshedpur. So I sent 2, 3 months, 4 months. After that I stopped. So stopping, not that I didn't want to send, but a childhood stupidity you can call it. One of those things, you are young and you are boisterous, you are a little careless. I didn't send. It was the year 1961, 62, 63, 64. Then the suffering came. So I had not sent 25 rupees per month to Hanumangarh, and then I had not sent 500 rupees to her. So when I was in 1973, I went medical accident. My spine got dislocated and I was